So what is a security information and events management system? Hi, my name is Howard, and in this video I'm going to show you what a security information and events management system is, why it's important to you and your career in cybersecurity, and also I'll give you a demo of what it looks like. The system aggregates all the data from all your systems, that is your endpoints like desktops, to network equipment, to any equipment that you might have in your system. It analyzes it for any security events and aggregates that data so that you can have a central location where you can actually look at this data and make informed decision and respond to that data accordingly. In this video I'm going to show you one example of that, which is Security Onion. In my lab I do have SolarWinds and Splunk, and I'll show you in a later video how to use those, but today we're going to focus on Security Onion, which is this system that you're looking at right here. So if you haven't subscribed, this will be a great time for you to hit the like and subscribe button, because I believe that you're going to enjoy this series that I'm creating on this channel. So now that we know what a security information and events management system is, it's about time I show you the network topology so we are all working on the same page. This is my network topology. I showed you this in my previous video. If you haven't been on this channel, check out my first video where I showed you how to set up this lab from scratch on your single desktop. I'll have a link to this lab setup in the description, so you can just set this lab by yourself. But pretty much the overview is the lab is connected to the main computer, a single computer. We have a pfSense firewall separating our computer from the lab, and we have our LAN network, and we're also mirroring traffic to Security Onion. So nothing really fancy here, it's just that. So if you haven't done that, just make sure you set up the lab yourself, or check out my other video that I'll have in the description on how to set up this lab. So Security Onion, and Security Onion is really great in that it's actually an all-in-one solution. It's very simple to set up. It's also great for people who want to learn cybersecurity. But before we go to Security Onion, I just want to emphasize, why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? Because I don't like to do things in vain. If you go to indeed.com and you search the word SIEM, which is a Security Information and Events Management System, you get a lot of jobs about IT security. So it looks like every employer that wants to hire people to work in IT, they expect you to not only know what this system is, but to actually have experience in it. The trouble is, if you worked at help desk or you don't have any experience in IT security, you never heard of it and you haven't seen it. That's why I'm creating this video. After this video, you can set up this lab yourself and actually practice these skills. So when you show up for an interview, you can tell them, hey, I actually haven't worked with this system in real life. However, I have created a lab, and this is what I did in my lab. So that's why we are doing this. And if you go back to our lab, like I said, I showed you a diagram for this lab. So we're using our Security Onion. I'm just going to do a show. This is our SIEM system. So Security Onion is really great in that it's an all-in-one system. It's not just Kibana, as you can see here, but we also have Squirrel, which is what most security analysts would spend most of their time. Over here you can see real-time events, and you can see what actually is happening in your network in real time. I'm going to link to a course that you can take on network security monitoring with Security Onion. It's on Plural's site, and it's a very great course. That's what I took a couple of years ago. Just great course where if you want to understand how Security Onion works. But what I'm going to show you here is what kind of events you can see from this lab, and also how you can use this lab. For example, in our real-time monitoring, we realize that there's this public IP address as a source to my destination 10.10.16. I happen to know in my network that 10.10.16 is my Windows 10 client. So I'm curious, as a security analyst or as a network administrator, what was this download that happened here? Because what this says is we have a rule that was triggered in our security onion. It says that we downloaded a Windows file. So I'm curious, who is this 173 and why did this happen? Or if someone came to you as a user and said, hey, I think I downloaded malware, this is also how you would approach it. You come here, you find the event, and you try to find out. So the first thing that I would do, just to make sure that this is not something malicious, is I just want to check the integrity of this IP address. Because out there is different websites and different resources that are dedicated specifically to blacklisting, putting bad guys on a list that anyone can check on. And we're lucky that with Security Onion, we have all these tools, as you can see. So let's just do maybe a virus total, just in case I was suspecting that this is a virus. So you right click, virus total lookup, and we're just going to go back there. As you can see, it will automatically open virus total. I think it already did over here. And it says no interesting sightings for this IP address. That's a sigh of relief, but that's not the end. We know at least that this IP address hasn't been flagged for malicious activity by virus total. So that's the first part of that. At least now we have to further investigate. We know this is a Windows 10 machine. We have a timestamp here, as you can see, 2:30:26, and we know the machine. My logical thing to do will be to call the user, if I know the user, remote into this machine and go and find out exactly what they downloaded at this time. This will be the easiest thing to do. Just find out, at this time did you download something from the internet? And if you go to our Windows machine, you realize that I actually did download Google Chrome from this. And you will verify that if you do a domain lookup for this source IP address, you realize that it's actually Google. Let's actually do that. We did that, and so let's do a domain lookup for this IP address. Source IP. So as you can see from this WHOIS domain lookup, the name is Google. So I know I downloaded Google Chrome, and I'm just verifying. If this was malware, on the other hand, you'll be seeing something different here. Not only would they have probably been flagged by virus total, but they will also be flagged by other systems that our system shows up over here. So in addition to showing you real-time events here, Security Onion also does have a wonderful system does have a really wonderful graphs in Kibana, and I just want to give you a brief overview of what that looks like. And as you can see here, once you get into Kibana, you can see that HIDS is the host intrusion detection system, the HIDS, and this is where you can see what your system has detected. In this case, I have all the default settings. So as you can see, it's actually logging a lot of things here, including, for example, the commands that I was running on the actual system. So this was me. I ran source status just to see the status of Security Onion, and it actually logged that with my username right here. In addition to that, you can see the network intrusion detection system, which for me is very interesting because that's where I would like to actually spend most of my time at seeing what's going on in my network. And as you can see, we have some classifications here: web application attack, and no traffic miscellaneous network trojan detected. I wouldn't be too alarmed by this setup because it's a lab and we didn't actually fine-tune this system to actually be functional. We took it with all the defaults, and as you can imagine, with a lot of false positives and a lot of actually false negatives as well. False positive means this thing is saying we have network trojan, but it's actually not really a network trojan. Our earlier incident is actually being shown over here. There was a time when I was running an nmap scan against Metasploitable. This is what it shows. It's showing me that there's a scan. And just as a warning here, if you do put this on an internet-facing interface or in your DMZ, you're going to get a lot of these because the internet is full of people scanning your network, or I mean scanning the whole internet. So this won't be very helpful to put on the internet facing interface. You can actually get a lot of data that's helpful if it's internal. And from here I can tell that this is my Kali Linux and this is my Metasploitable, and I was doing nmap scans and playing with some skills that I was just learning. As you can see, let's just try to find out. It says web application attack. Let's drill down to that. What is going on really in the network? Why do I have this classification? So if I go down, okay, it says scripting engine nmap attack, as you can see. So I know that this is my Kali Linux and this is my Metasploitable. That's what triggered this alert in my SIEM. So at least this will make me actually, as a network engineer, as a system analyst, or whatever position you are, if you know this information, you can actually go home and sleep at night knowing that your network is actually working properly. So that's what a SIEM is. We'll be creating a lot of more videos and I'll be showing you more about these skills. But as you can see, I did demonstrate that employers are looking for this skill on the internet. There is another SIEM system that I was going to show you today that I didn't, was I'm playing in my lab with this guy, Pi-hole. Pi-hole is blocking all the traffic to my SolarWinds. So we will be seeing more of this in videos to come. But if you want to learn more about cybersecurity skills, that we actually go on Indeed.com, look them up, and show you right here what they mean. Please subscribe and I'll be showing you more of these. I hope you and I can reverse engineer cybersecurity careers and also learn more about what's going on in the real world of IT security. I'm not an expert, but I'm hoping that by following me, you can learn a thing or two. So without wasting time, I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue this series on learning skills about IT security. Have a good weekend.